And welcome to the Format with your boy, Matt Jackson. At the moment, I'm just doing the introduction. We're here, AEW Revolution. It's just the format that's tonight. Joe was not able to make it out because he's got work in the morning and he's got to get up super freaking early. So, like and subscribe. Go on down to Lady Luck Pawn Shop here in Danville, Virginia, Riverside Drive. Go to the pawn shops. Go over there to the Southwick Plaza for the vape shop. Go on over there to 716 Wings and all that, and we'll probably get to some more in a minute. But we have Kyle Foster Cage on the way, so he'll be watching it from 9 and on. So he's with his girlfriend. But he's only going to be missing 2 matches. But he might make it here with Kingston still going on. So, but the first match was really good. Probably won't talk about, I don't know what I'm going to do right now. But this is basically the format intro. And I want you to like and subscribe. And, but yeah. So we'll have Kyle on the show soon at some point during the show. First match was, it's really been, Revolution's been really good because like we had a pre-show. And the pre-show wasn't just like, 1 or 2 matches. It was actually 3 matches. I was in the middle of doing things, but I know it was Willow Nightingale versus Sky Blue, and then there was a big match with a bunch of men, and then there was another one. So I just can't remember exactly, so I might come back to that later. But there was a pre-show. The pre-show was really good. Right now, it's Eddie Kingston versus Bryan Danielson for triple title crown. It's for all 3 titles, and so far it's really good. We just had a suplex from the apron to the floor. Bryan Danielson suplex them off the side onto the floor outside. So that was pretty crazy. Revolution right now is being televised. And you know it. So, like I said, like and subscribe. It's the Format Wrestling Podcast. And this should be a good one. A good review. So far, so good. Like I said, Christian Cage. And, I didn't say. Christian Cage, Daniel Garcia was a really, really good match. Very, very good. It was a legit 24 minutes long. So 24 minutes long. That's pretty good. And the match went really good. You were like thinking that Daniel Garcia was going to get it, but Daniel Garcia does not. He didn't get the win. Christian Cage wins it back, keeps the title. He has some interferences from Lucha Douchebag. Well, he's a douchebag right now until he until he goes back to being actually good guy. I don't like him at the moment because he's with Christian Cage. So I feel like some big things are about to happen here on the rest of this pay-per-view. Like I was talking about, if you checked out the prediction video, I was talking about how Swerve Strickland should win it. So he can become, like they were saying earlier, the first African-American world champion of AEW. And that would be amazing. Like, you don't need nobody like The Rock. You don't need nobody with that type of name. You can get someone like Swerve Strickland and it will do just great. It will be just as good as having, a name that's worth $1 million. Who gives a shit? Let's give it to a guy that's worked his ass off, he does deserve it. But anyway, we'll be getting back to you after this Bryan Danielson and Eddie Kingston match, which is really technical. And just, Bryan Danielson, you know what he does. He's crazy. But anyway, we will be getting back to you in a little bit. I know it's only been 3 minutes, but like I said, we've got a lot to talk about here tonight. Sting's last match tonight. It's AEW Revolution, and our Revolution will be televised. We have got Daniel Bryan and Kingston. Bam! And he throws, boom! Exploder. Kingston exploder suplexes Bryan. I mean, just so far, this match has been hella great. Okay, just hella amazing. So far, so good. I feel like the card started off good. Well, the main card started off good with the Christian Cage and Daniel Bryan. So, and season 3 pass is out now for AEW Fight Forever. If you really like the game, I like it, but I would like to rather wait for. I would rather than just put all these packs together and I just spend one price and I get it all. But whatever. So if you want to go buy the game, buy it. But 2K24 is out, so I'd rather get that. I'm just gonna keep 23 until that one's on sale. But anyway, so we'll get back to you in a minute. Okay, and we are back with the Format Podcast, and I just got done with the whole pay per view. Um, Kyle Cage did come out for a little bit, but he ended up having a It kind of ended at like I think about 12, so it was pretty late. I think he's got to get up early in the morning, so I'm gonna finish it any other way. It's the format anyway. Y'all know what y'all getting into when y'all click on the Format Podcast. You know it's just going to be talking anyway. But like and subscribe. I know the last time we were talking about like um. Let's see, what match was it? Because I know that like I already talked about like some Daniel Garcia and Christian Cage, and I think we were on. Hmm, what was the second match? It wasn't Meat Madness. Okay, second match was Eddie Kingston, Bryan Danielson. That's where we were at. All right, AEW Continental Crown Championship. But if Daniel loses, he has to shake Kingston's hand. That match was good. Um, I really enjoyed like Eddie Kingston versus Bryan Danielson. I did. I really did enjoy it. Could have been. I mean, it was. I guess it was long enough. It just was. I guess more. I don't know if it was put together more like a Japanese style match or not, but it was. You know, different. I guess. But it was good. It was a good match. It was hard hitting. It was good. If they stiffed each other, they stiffed each other. You know, like it looked like they were not in a bad way, but in that whole like we're actual wrestlers, we're gonna do this the tough way and whatever. So that match was good. So tonight, before we get into more anymore, so that was where we left off. Eddie Kingston, Bryan Danielson. I mean, it was a phenomenal match. Eddie Kingston still won. He won the match. He retains. Um, but tonight was a good night because um, Pops got to watch it with me, and Kyle came over. He ended up coming over, Mister Cage. He came over, and it was a great night. So we're sitting there. It's the three of us. We all like Sting. We all grew up watching Sting, different eras. Because Pops was like older than me, of course, and then I'm older than Kyle. I think, yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm older than Kyle, and then Kyle's like so. It's like oldest, middle oldest, youngest. So we've all had some type of moment with Sting in our life. So I mean that, but so that was that was my main purpose of like not main purpose of watching tonight, but that was you know you're gonna get yeah you know it was just the good people to watch it with. I was missing Joe tonight, so Joe, if you're listening, if you do listen to this show, which I'm pretty sure you'll check it out at some point. But anyway, so I missed you tonight. It was a good show. We'll have to watch this match with Joe at some point, and maybe like well, I've already told the rest of the High as Fuck podcast that we should, of course, everybody's asleep, but tomorrow they'll get the message. And I did say that, hey, we're going to do I want to do a whole Sting podcast anyway. So, yeah, I'll review Revolution by myself, which is fine because, I'm used to doing it as well. But what I'm saying is we're gonna do this. We're gonna get together at some point. I don't know when, but it should be out at some point this month, maybe. Yeah. Okay. We could probably do maybe we get it recorded, edited, all that stuff, and maybe be out. I'm thinking about Joe's birthday. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do for Joe Cool's birthday coming up. But it's coming out March 30th. So if you want to cash at me here, March 30th or whenever, or if you want to cash at me, get him something cool for his birthday, it'd be great. But anyway, Cash App's always in the thumbnail. So it's JF Killa at Cash App. So if you want to do that, that would be great. We can send him a good birthday this year. And what I'm trying to do is I got a whole month of matches on the game where his character's, like I said before, like he's gonna be fighting a bunch of people for the whole month, and on his birthday, it's gonna be a 3 hour of all bunch of matches that he's had. And I'm doing some other stuff for his birthday too, but I'm dropping a song on his birthday as well. It's something I'm dropping there on his birthday, and I'm dropping. I want to drop maybe the Sting on his birthday as well. So all the channels have something respecting them. So we do it on the gaming channel, we'll do it on this channel, and we're doing it on Lord Atheist as well. So whatever. So we're gonna get into it more, but yeah, Joe Cool's birthday is this month. So anytime you want to comment on any podcast coming out in the future, you can shoot him a happy birthday. He'll read it himself, or either I'll see it before he does, and then I'll let him know about it, and whatever. You might get a comment back from him. Who knows? Anyway, so like I said, we're gonna have to do a Sting podcast where we're just talking about all Sting stuff, and then maybe I'll show the match to Joe, and then he can watch that match, and then we can also get his thoughts on what. Yeah, he might watch it before. He might actually go and find it himself and watch it before I show it to him. So either way, we'll get his opinions on that at some point on the Sting podcast, and we'll get Kyle's as well on the Sting podcast. So just be looking out for the Sting podcast, which I would say should come out this month. Should be at the end of the month if we'll do one. So if we do one, then yeah, at the end of the month we'll do one. But I really appreciate everybody that's checked out these podcasts, that listen to us talk, that listen to our opinions. We need more comments. We need y'all to comment. Tell us what y'all think of the show, good or bad. I dare you to. I literally do. I'm going to do this a social experience and see how many comments I can actually get and see how many people are actually watching as well. Anyway, so we had the Kingston match, but after that match, we had what was supposed to be Meat Madness, right? It was supposed to be Meat Madness. We have Wardlow versus Powerhouse Hobbs versus Lance Archer versus Chris Jericho versus Hook versus Brian Cage versus Magnus, the masked guy. Because as soon as they said the name Pop Salt, they were talking about because he hasn't watched AEW in a while, and he don't even know this masked guy anyway. But the last time he heard the name Magnus was when Nick Aldis was called Magnus. And I was like, no, masked guy. Anyway, and Dante Martin, All-Star 8-man scramble for a future AEW World Championship match. Okay, for a future world title match. Well, they had all these guys, 8 guys in this match, and the match was fantastic. You know, an all-star match. I mean, you could have taken Magnus out and replaced him with somebody else because nobody even knows him. You know, the only reason, I'm really hate to be very honest on here, and I'm very, I just hate it sometimes. But he's on the show because of CMLL, the luchadors and stuff, because they signed a deal with them and stuff like that. So they've got to at least have one of their guys on the show, right, from that company. So that's what I feel about that. I don't like to feel that way, but I mean, look at the rest of the people. We all know who everybody is in there. Even if I don't know. I would think everybody in this match, other than Magnus, is very known. If you at least keep up wrestling half-ass. You might not know Dante Martin, but that's beside the fact. Wardlow's well known with people who barely watch it. Powerhouse Hobbs, his name gets forgotten, but people know him. Lance Archer, a definite, everybody knows. Chris Jericho, a definite no. Hook, it's a maybe. Brian Cage, definite. Magnus, no. Dante Martin, I give it a slight maybe. That if you barely keep up with the product, that you would know him. Okay, I'm sorry. You have to actually keep up with AEW to be able to know a lot of these guys. And that's just being honest. I'm not sitting here talking shit. Like, there's a lot of casual people that watch this. I know a lot of, my podcast host, Joe Cool, Kyle watches most of the AEW stuff. But, like, with Joe, with someone like Joe, he watches just, whatever he does watch. Like, he loves the WWE and the WCW and certain ones. So, I'm trying to introduce him into all this other stuff. But, so, even with someone like him, he knows who Wardlow is. He knows who Powerhouse is. He knows who, Hook, Dante, all these guys. He's heard them before. So, that's how I judge things. But this match was crazy. You had one moment where Wardlow, Powerhouse, Lance Archer, and Brian Cage are all doing the double clothesline back to forth. And then the whole crowd just chanting meat, 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 and all the time. I'm just like, what is this? We're going to break out in a Guar song. Meat, sandwich, meat, sandwich, meat, sandwich, meat, sandwich, sandwich. That's the part I was waiting for. I just forgot how to deliver I still have forgotten it, but either way, that was a fun spot. Like and subscribe. This show gets funny sometimes. It gets wild. Kooky, dog. But anyway, so the Meat Madness match. Well, All-Star Scramble, whatever. See, they shouldn't have said it a Meat Madness match in the first place. Because we had people chanting meat, 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 meat. I don't know. Whatever. People like to chant crazy stuff. Great match. Wardlow won it. I'm pretty sure that was Wardlow that won. Yeah. Wardlow won that. And, so I guess Wardlow is going to be facing Samoa Joe again. So you have War Joe. It's going to be full circle with that. So I think, I'm kind of happy. I'm kind of fine with what happened tonight then. But still kind of upset with what's happened. But we'll get to that later. Or in a little bit. Kind of not that long from here. But yeah, with that match, we got Wardlow. So now Wardlow's going to get a chance against Samoa Joe. And we've got a new pay-per-view debuted. They've announced it. Dynasty. So we have a new pay-per-view coming up called Dynasty. And we have that big business one. So I want to go ahead and drop my little tunes on that real quick. The big business pay-per-view coming up. If you saw tonight on the pay-per-view thing, if you saw where they wrote Boston, right? Boston. They dropped an Easter egg tonight. Sasha Banks will be at Big Business when that pay-per-view happens. You've seen it in Boston. They're going to have it in Boston, Mass, right? If you look at the way they spell Boston, it's spelled B-O, money sign, T-O-N, okay? So, Boston. So, you got to think about how that means it's boss time. And Mercedes Moné, better known as Sasha Banks, for the ones that don't really know her as Mercedes Moné. Anyway, she will be there in AEW's Big Business. So, if you like Sasha Banks, like Joe Cool, Jedi Joe, motherfucking cool does, then check that show out. That's going to be good. Dynasty, I think we're going to see, I don't know, I think we're going to see something about Dynasty. Something about a Dynasty. Something else, maybe maybe a wrestling Dynasty or something. I don't know exactly what to be thinking about that. But either way. So that match was good. Big old match. 8 men. It was good. Then we had FTR and Blackpool Combat Club fighting. That match was the first match that me and Pops looked, we looked at each other and said, damn. This is the first actual, like not top of the line match. Well, it kind of was at this point because I mean the 8-man match was good, and fucking Christian Cage Daniel Bryan match was good. I mean Christian Cage and Daniel Garcia was good, but he didn't get to watch that one. So in his head, he's been seeing the Kingston, because that's when I went up there and was like, yo, you want to see Kingston and Daniel? He's like, yeah. Anyway, so he got to see that one. He saw the rest of the whole card, but he didn't get to see the one match. So by the time he got to the Blackpool, he was like, wow, that was the match, because we had Dax Harwood getting some blood. John Moxley did not bleed, which everybody and their mother and child was probably thinking that, John Moxley is going to be the first one to bleed. I mean, Jim Cornette's definitely going to be like, what? He's going to be thinking, what's going on here? Am I in a different dimension here? This is weird. Why is he not bleeding? Dax is bleeding. My boy's bleeding. My boy's a bloody mess. And he's going to have something to say about a lot of this tonight. I'll tell you what, I can't wait to hear what Jim Cornette's got to say. So if you want to hear what Jim Cornette's got to say, go over to the official Jim Cornette YouTube channel and go like and subscribe on Jim Cornette, because he will be putting out one. Go check out all his stuff. If you don't know him, get a taste of him. Go ahead. The Cornette Experience and the Corny Drive-Thru, whatever it's called. Check those shows out. They're fucking fantastic. Anyway, that was kind of a real wrestling match there. That was kind of, more up there. But you had John Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli that came out with these spikes, just like the Road Warriors. And Pops is an old school fan. Road Warriors are of course, his boys. Those are his boys. And they're very dead too, but I guess it's paying respect to him. But I don't know, it kind of rubs sometimes the wrong way sometimes, and I guess it did for that. And I like it for the respect of it, but it's kind of like, you're not the Road Warriors, and I'm saying the same thing. They're not the Road Warriors, but they looked okay. But it's I made a joke. I said, when you order the Road Warriors off Wish, this is what you get. But anyway, kind of throw some Jim Cornette, fucking meanness there. We had, what was after that? I don't think it was Takeshita and Will Ospreay. It could have been. I don't know. I know we had Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong, AEW International Championship. That went on. That was a really good match too, to be honest. That was good. Orange Cassidy actually lost to Roderick Strong. So we have a new champ. And I was kind of mad about this one, because I'm like, Orange Cassidy, I know he's hurt, so that's the only reason I kind of sitting here and not mad. But I'm thinking, everybody that he's beaten, he can't beat Roderick Strong. But anyway, Roderick Strong wins that, new champ. Then we had, I think we had Will Ospreay next. But I'm gonna get these other ones. I'm not really caring about the order right now. I think I messed it up a little bit, but I don't care. We have whatever. Can't pronounce it right there. Will Ospreay fought Takeshita, and that match was hard hitting. That match was fucking good. That was another match where he was like, yes, because Pops works all the time. This man works all the time. So him to catch wrestling, to chill with the guys and actually watch wrestling and shit, or check out pay-per-views. It's sometimes he ain't got the time. He ain't got either asleep or at work. But either way, tonight was a good one to come back to after a while. I'll tell you that, probably. He liked that match. There was another one. It was like, yes. There was another one. It was like, Kyle was like, that was good. We had Thomas, Tony Storm, and Deonna Purrazzo. That was a good match too. I really don't remember who won that. I do not remember who won that. I do not know why I don't. Somebody won that match. I'm sorry. I must have went outside, took a step outside, or bathroom break, or something. I did something and missed it. The same thing with one of these other matches. I missed the whole ending of Will Ospreay. I had to go to the bathroom during Will Ospreay. But anyway, so we had Thomas Stone Store down. I do not know exactly who won that, but it was probably Deonna Purrazzo. I think it was. But you can go look that up. Next one. This match was the match that I was really looking forward to, people. I was looking forward to, let's see, 25 minutes in. That's not bad. That is not bad. 25-minute review. That's not bad. And I'm talking about other stuff. That's pretty good. I really don't want a long podcast because I got to edit this, put this out, and worry about work tomorrow if I'm working. But we have Samoa Joe, Hangman Page versus Swerve Strickland, AEW World Champion. That match was pretty good. It was good. We had some really good clean shit. Swerve Strickland, and when I say clean, we know we're talking about Swerve Strickland. He's got clean moves. He's got everything he does is clean. That match happened. That match was really good. Really good. I liked it. For what it was, I guess it was really good because I was kind of mad at the end on how Hangman lost. Hangman took the loss, so he got choked out by Samoa Joe. And Swerve could have gotten up and broke it, but they didn't. So it kind of, I don't know. It just really irritated me right there, okay? So that kind of irritated me. But good match overall. Samoa Joe's still champ. Swerve tried. Swerve had a good chance. He was looking good. Good gear. Fucking everything was fantastic. Came out there, Prince Nana coming out there dancing with all the girls and all that stuff. Revolution 2024 was off the hook, kind of. It was off the chain. But I was really wanting to talk a lot about Sting, and that's the main event. And we've got Sting, and we've got Darby, and we've got the Young Fucks. And I know we're going to be talking a lot about this. We're going to be talking about some of this on the Sting podcast that I have in mind of putting out during at some point this month. So I almost went live, but anyway. Sting and Darby Allin versus the Young Bucks. Okay, so let's go ahead and start off with the entrance. They all came out, the Young Bucks come out. They came out really cool. They were wearing these red and black suits or whatever. Might be symbolizing like the red and black Sting or whatever to do with Sting. They look nice. Came out, they did that. Darbsicle comes out. You have Darby Allin come out. And so, Darby comes out. He's got great makeup. He's got his short, the army print short shorts? So it wasn't like the black ones he usually wears. He's wearing his other ones. It had the same type of get up with that, the tights and the short shorts or whatever. Which he looks dope. And he basically just had his face, so he didn't do nothing extra. He didn't paint his chest or do anything like that, like sometimes he does for pay-per-views. He did just the face paint. The face paint was really intricate tonight for Darby. And fantastic paint job is what I want to say about that. Sting's entrance. They went to a vignette. And they did it like a movie type deal. Where Sting went into the movie theater. He went into the movie theater. He sat down in the middle of the movie theater. And he watched this whole video of clips. And a montage, I guess you would call it. Or whatever you would call it. Where those clips made up to make a video. And it was all Sting. From all over the world. Like WCW. Like his stuff in AEW, his stuff I think NWA's, like, they didn't show, oh, they I don't think they showed any of the WWE stuff, but I know they did a lot of the other companies, like, wherever else he was working before that, AWA, NWA, WCW, shit like that. I think they showed some TNA stuff. Not 100% sure, but they were playing clips. So you got to see Surfer Sting. You got to see, Surfer American Sting. You got to see Lex Luger. You got to see a lot of cool names in this video. So that part alone was worth a rewatch. So they might have that on YouTube at some point. Just that part. It's worth a watch over and over. Started off with that, and that was really cool, and you got to see all that, and then Sting has a couple words before it. He actually, like, in the vignette, he actually has some words, and he's like, showtime, and then he's like, it's the showtime it's for the last time, and stuff like that, and he says something else, and I was like, man, this man's really trying to make me cry and everything like that, but either way, he does that, and I'm just like, wow. This man is about to retire, and I know he's retired before. I know he's done this before, but this is it, man. This is it. And I hate that this is it, because I don't really hate it, because I know he needs to. I know he does, because his body can't take for so much. But the whole entrance was fantastic. You had that, right? The next thing you know, old Sting comes out. This man dressed up as Surfer Sting, blonde hair, the whole get up. Come to find out, I'll tell you who he is in a minute. Then we have Wolfpack Sting come out, a little scrawnier than usual. A little shorter and a little scrawnier than usual. But them two come out, and it's Sting's sons, dressed up as older Stings, the old styles of Sting. Then Sting comes out looking as good as he ever will. He comes out there, he walks to the ring, gets his sons, he walks to the ring with the sons are dressed up like he was. You got, like said, the blonde Sting, you had the long hair Sting with the red and black. Sick. They start the match off, you got the sons helping them. You got, at one point, you had 3 Stinger splashes with a Darby coffin splash, sick shit. I really like the whole, the running back shit. The whole, yeah. I really enjoy the whole, Stinger splash in the beginning. Then we have all these stings, and it's just a wild part right there. But the match got even worse. Not worse, but even crazier, because there were weapons. There were goddamn weapons, man. There were table spots. I saw Sting get suplexed through a table off the stage. I saw Darby get suplexed off the stage through a table. Saw some more table spots. You had the young fucks going through tables. I wore the Young Bucks shirt this whole night. And I wished I knew where my Sting shirt was at, if I still have it. Don't know what happened to it. I know one of them went into a blanket. But I'm sitting here. I got one of my only AEW shirts I believe I have at the moment. And I'm sitting here like, come on now. But there are a lot of weapon spots. Like I'm talking about, they brought out glass. You formatters. But anyway, you formatters, let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. Lemon squeezy. Let me talk to you. Motherfucker. Fucking glass. So they get these chairs. They put the chairs to hold the glass like a table. Motherfucker. Well, Darby lays a motherfucker on that motherfucker. And he's going up to the top of a 30-foot fucking ladder. He gets up there about 20-some feet. He didn't go all the way to the top, because if he did, he'd probably killed himself. He jumps off like he's Jeff motherfucking Hardy. And it was nice, because I love old Darbysicle. I love this man. He's a good dude. He's all in. Get it, Alan? Get it. Got it. Good. Let me tell you something. And then he hits the motherfucking glass because dude mood or what have you. He hits the freaking glass. He hits that glass so freaking hard, man. Now remember, some of this glass is actually still on the steel chair because the seat of the chair is what's holding the glass. Bam! He hits that shit so hard. As soon as he hits, they do show a part of his back. Oh my God. It looked like someone sat there and stabbed him 1,000,000 times in the back with a needle. Because he had a bunch of these little red dots everywhere of blood, that are like little dots, like get pricked. Like he looked like he had 1,000,000 pricks all over his back. And like it looked almost perfect in zinc lining. It was wild. And then he got really gashed up on his, his left shoulder blade, I believe it was. One of his shoulder blades got fucking gone. And I'm like, if I know what I know about blood and abrasions and all this shit, that's bad. And that is not going to be nice tomorrow. That might look just as bad, if not worse, than Cody Rhodes' Hell in a Cell match with Seth Rollins when he had that brutally red chest, okay? I'm almost... Yeah. It's probably going to look like that. I hope we see him Wednesday so we can see what he looks like, but... Match was insane, so you've already heard me talk about glass spot. Sting got put through glass. Sting got put through glass as well. You think I'm telling a lie. Like and subscribe. Comment if you think I'm lying. Because if you think I'm lying, go look it up. Because you're going to see Sting go through some glass. Maybe not as brutal as your mind's thinking it is. But he definitely went through glass. I didn't say how brutal or how whatever. But he went through glass. Darby's was brutal. That I'll bank on. That's money I've already won. Either way, I hope Darby's fine. Get well soon, Darby. If you're not, if you're not well by Wednesday, I really, I don't really think he's going to be, actually. I think he's not going to work this whole week. And if I was Tony Khan, I wouldn't let him. I wouldn't make him. We got to figure out what's going on with these tag team belts anyway. I'll give you an idea, Tony Khan, you doo-doo head. I'm just playing. Anyway, I'll tell you an idea. Just let Darby tag up with Danhausen. Or just let him tag up with Hook. Or let him tag up with... I don't know who, but... I mean... maybe if you can get that damn Luchasaurus away from that idiot Christian, maybe we can get that. But I don't know exactly what to do with it. But Darby and I guess somebody else has got to tag up. I guess we'll find out at some point, right, folks? I don't know what to tell y'all. This match was a car crash, and it was like 14 car crashes at one time. It was a pile up on I-97. It was so bad that, I don't know how they're going to recover it. Sting might recover faster than Darby. Darby's probably out for a while. I see him being out for at least a week. He's insane. And he also told Sting, he was like, I told you I'd die in your match for you. And now I'm like, that's damn shit. That's the shit right there. Anyway, people, Sting won. Well, Darby laid out in the ring, right outside the ring, so long because of that back spot. Like, he landed hard on his back. Like I said, man, I went 8 minutes over actually what I wanted to do. So we're about to be calling it quits. I went longer than I wanted to. Went 8 minutes over. But anyway, with Sting's match, fucking phenomenal, man. Fucking phenomenal. I mean, the bloody Sting kicked out everything. We seen super kicks. Ricky Dragon the Steamboat was out there. Ric Flair came out. Like, there was a lot to do with that. I mean, Ric Flair got super kicked finally. I loved it. I don't like Ric Flair. So I got to see Ric Flair get super kicked. I got to see Ricky Steamboat get super kicked. Sting get put through hell. I'm like, yeah, the Young Bucks want to kill Sting.
But the match was so good. I mean, that's a match that I don't have to tell you everything, but I do want to get you like, what the fuck? I gotta make sure this dude is telling me the truth. Well, go check it out. I'm telling you the truth. But yeah, check it out. Anyway, I'm gonna have to call this and the end of my show and bid you adieu and sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. This has been the Format with your boy Matt Jackson, aka Joffrey Killer, Lord Atheist, Lick My Plate Gaming, woo, and the Wrestling Matt Podcast, and the motherfucker Highsbook. And motherfucker High Foot Podcast. Anyway, we are out like Elvis Presley.